Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? For fast and the cheapest coins anywhere, make sure you guys check out MMOEXP.com and use code ZERK for 5% off your order. Link is in the description.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be going over my Team Diamond predictions with you guys. Now, a couple things I need to say. Number one, I'm recording this video very late Thursday night. It's actually Friday morning, technically. It's 1 a.m. right now, so if we end up getting some sort of surprise content drop this morning, this video should be going up Friday afternoon. If there is like some surprise content drop, because I don't believe we're getting any sort of cards, whatever, and like one of these players comes out this morning, then it is what it is. I have to get this video done tonight to have it ready for you guys to have a very busy day tomorrow. And also Legends, of course. I know Legends are going to drop this Saturday. They could drop some more cards upcoming week with like Tuesday with Team of the Week. We do get the two players, one for offense, one for defense with Team of the Week, so it's possible, you know, one of these guys could be in there. But we do know that Team Diamonds are coming out next week. We don't know what day exactly. It's going to be later in the week. My guess is Thursday. That's when Team Affinity, like the objective list, actually goes away. So I believe it's probably going to be next Thursday, maybe Friday though. So it could be probably Thursday or Friday. And a couple things I want to say. Number one, I know this list is not correct. Okay, I absolutely know it's not correct. And the reason I know it's not going to be correct is because, to be honest with you guys, I didn't really want to do a lot of offensive lineman predictions. I wanted to give every single team a player that I think you guys would be excited about. I tried to do that. So with that, I know it's not going to be correct because not every single team is going to get a very exciting player. Team Diamonds are not current day players. They're more so, they can be legends for teams, or they can kind of just be like fan favorite type of players. If you go take a look back like Team Diamonds you got last year, you'll see that there were some that were just kind of like fan favorites from that team, and there were others that were actual like players that would normally get legends. So it's kind of like a mix in between. And also, as I said, I didn't really want to do like offensive lineman predictions for every single team. So I already know we're probably not going to get like, you know, 4 running backs or like 6 or 7 wide receivers, although we could potentially get 4 to 5 wide receivers, whatever EA wants to do it. But I already know this isn't going to be fully correct, but these are just players that I personally would love to see. I think would be really good options for every team, and I just hope we get some of these. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Young Sky for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to shout out in the next video, drop a like in the vid. Make sure you guys are subs to the channel, notification bell on, and comment down below, Noti Gang. But I do have a list of players I'm going to go over. I am going to showcase a couple of cards over on like my head that we've actually gotten in years past that I do think we can potentially see here, and I'll just kind of talk over those because not every single player I have in my list has a card recently that I can actually get to on my head. So with that being said, let's get into it. And another thing I do want to mention, guys, is that when it comes to my Team Diamond predictions, I actually think that it is 16 offense and 16 defense that I actually predicted, but I didn't even really plan it out like that. It just kind of turned out with the way that I did the predictions, and I believe there should be 16 offense and 16 defensive players and 1 master. You're going to get 1 player for every single team. Maybe they do it differently because it's coming out later and they give us 2 players per team. I don't know. I'm guessing it's probably only going to be 1 player per team with Team Diamonds. We don't have a ton of info about it just yet, but I decided I'm actually just going to show you guys Brian Finner in the background here and go over my entire list, kind of why I would want that player and maybe a reason for them, and also the master. So starting off my list, you guys can see him right here. For the Falcons, I think Brian Finneran would be really good. Now, number one, obviously Brian Finneran is just super tall, but also they super juice Jerry Rice with his speed, right? So hopefully they would also juice Brian Finneran and make him kind of a decent speed wide receiver. I'm just hoping he's not super slow if they end up doing Brian Finneran. And he did have a card last year, so it is possible they do have his rights. Now, as for the Cardinals, I feel like Larry Fitzgerald makes a lot of sense right now. He's not technically retired, right? But he's not currently playing. So I'm not exactly sure how that would work out or what they potentially want to do, but he's definitely a fan favorite player, and I think he would make a lot of sense. Now, although, yes, like I said, they don't want to do players who, you know, are actually playing right now. Team Diamonds tend to be retired players, but also like Eric Berry last year did end up getting a Team Diamond, and I don't believe he's technically retired yet. So I think Fitz could work. Now on to the Ravens. I think Marshall Yanda does make a lot of sense. I know I said I didn't want to do offensive linemen, but I feel like Yanda is a pretty big fan favorite. with the Ravens. So I think it makes a lot of sense there. For the Bills, I think Bruce Smith could potentially be the guy they decide to go with there. Give us a pretty good pass rusher. For the Panthers, Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly, without a doubt, I feel like it definitely should be Luke Kuechly. Unfortunately, middle linebackers again this year, not that good, but it is what it is. As for the Bears, Julius Peppers. I really, really want to see a Julius Peppers. I will say, though, if they give us, let's say, and I'm not sure if people would be excited for this, right? Let me know, Bears fans. Would you rather have a Julius Peppers, okay, or a Jay Cutler with Gunslinger, if that's possible? Would you rather have a Julius Peppers, or would you rather have Jay Cutler with Gunslinger? I feel like Julius Peppers, and also personally, I just love Julius Peppers cards. Bengals, Taylor Mays, 10 out of 10 times. Taylor Mays would be my prediction for him. The Browns, Joe Thomas. For my Cowboys, I've seen a lot of comments about, who the Cowboys should go with. Should it be Dez Bryant? Should it be Michael Irvin? Should it be, Charles Haley? Whoever should it be? Too Tall Jones, whoever. Personally, kind of a little bit of an off-ball one, but I would really like to see him get a card. DeMarco Murray. That's just my personal opinion on that one. Could say Roma there as well, but I really feel like I would like to see DeMarco Murray. It's been a while since I got to use one of his cards. For the Broncos, I'm going with Aqib Talib. Maybe he would be more considered a Bucks Team Diamond, but I feel like he could also be the Broncos there. So Aqib Talib there. For the Lions, I'm going to give you guys, for you Lions fans anyways, you have Calvin Johnson. Why not have Herman Moore as well to kind of get that duo going? Packers, if we're going to get any quarterback, I would love for it to be Brett Favre, obviously. He was tied for the fastest release in the game last year with Aaron Rodgers, so I'd assume he would be as well this year. For the Texans, a recently retired player, Jonathan Joseph. Definitely a fan favorite, I would say, for the Texans. For the Colts, Andrew Luck. I don't know if they have his rights. And again, this is kind of just a list of players that I think would be kind of exciting. I don't know if they have all their rights. For the Colts, I'm saying Andrew Luck. Now, for the Jags, to be honest with you guys, this one has a little bit of extra information to it, to be honest. It's Jimmy Smith. And I think of all the players on my list, I think it actually is going to be Jimmy Smith, because Jimmy Smith tweeted out, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, that he is actually in Madden 22. So I feel like Jimmy Smith is probably going to be the Jags Team Diamond. For the Chiefs, it's between two players. They could do Eric Berry again. Last year, I believe he was a 98 overall Team Diamond. He wasn't one of the earlier ones. Or Tamba Hali. For the Raiders, I saw a lot of Raiders fans over on Twitter saying they really needed a running back for their theme team. So I want to say either Marcus Allen or Darren McFadden. They could either go with the legend one or kind of go with the McFadden route, whichever of them do it. For the Chargers, Antonio Gates definitely makes sense. Or, and I really don't know if they could or if they would do this one this soon. I don't know if they still have his rights or not, kind of how that works. I would love to see Vincent Jackson back in the game. For the Rams, this one may kind of pain a lot of people, but to be honest, his cards were so fun to use. And I know it's bad, but Eric Dickerson, okay? I want to see him back in the game. Now, I don't want to see Freight Train 100 back, but I would like to see him back in the game. For the Dolphins, Rashad Jones. I know a lot of Dolphins fans mentioned him to me. For the Vikings, they could kind of go with a similar situation with Larry Fitz, where Larry Fitz just doesn't know if he's going to play again. But Adrian Peterson right now currently isn't signed and may retire. Who knows with that one? Or Jared Allen. I feel like Jared Allen maybe is more likely there. But AP would be kind of cool. Patriots, I'm going to say Vince Wilfork. For the Saints, I'm going to go with Tracy Porter. For the Giants, I'm going to go with Victor Cruz. I think Victor Cruz would be good. Plaxico also could be really, really good there. Very, very tall receiver, or Victor Cruz. Jets, I'm going to say Mo Lewis, because I really, really liked Mo Lewis's cards. Eagles, I want to see a 6'8 receiver. Give me Harold Carmichael all day. Give me Harold Carmichael. Steelers, I'm going to say Ryan Shazier. I think a lot of people would love to see Shazier back into the game again. For the 49ers, and I'm not sure how likely this one is, because this is kind of a big, big name legend, right? But I think it could happen. I'm going to say Steve Young. Steve Young for the 49ers, I think this would be a really good quarterback option. And again, I don't know if it's going to end up happening. Maybe they would end up going something like T.O., but again, that's a really big name wide receiver for the 49ers there. Seahawks, I'm going to say Marshawn Lynch. We do know that Marshawn Lynch has been doing a lot of Madden stuff recently. He actually just did a game they broadcasted, whatever. So it seems like he's working with EA in some way, shape, or form. So you would think they would have the rights to him as well. I would not be surprised at all to see Marshawn Lynch to the Seahawks. For the Buccaneers, I'm going to say Mike Allstott. It's only right we get a fullback in this Team Diamonds, and unfortunately, Bucs fans, it's probably going to be you guys. For the Titans, I'm going to go with Keith Bullock. Not a very exciting one, honestly, but for the Titans, I mean, they could go with the wide receiver we got last year with the 50. So it could be Keith Bullock. It could also be Tyrone Calico. And for the final team, for the Washington football team, I am going to say D'Angelo Hall. So those are my personal opinions on players that I think would be really cool to see. Now, again, I didn't really try my best to necessarily balance it out and make sure, you know, oh, we only get 4 wide receivers or 4 corners and make sure I have a defensive end, an outside linebacker, you know, a couple middle linebackers, whatever. I didn't really care to necessarily try to balance it all out because when it comes to something like this, I'm probably not going to be all that correct, but with all these players that I did just mention, I feel like they all be really, really good options for every single team, and I think they would all be some really good cards. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you guys drop a like in the video, and of course hit that sub button down below. Let me know who you guys want to see for your team. Oh, and I also almost forgot to go over the Master. For the Master, I think that it would kind of make sense for it to be one of the 2 cards that we actually got for free earlier in the year in Dion or Randy Moss, and I think Dion would be good. There's going to be some sort of huge master like that, like a big name player like last year. The master was Barry Sanders, so it's like a big name legend. I think it would make sense for them to give us Dion. We kind of need another like really, really good corner right there. So I'm going to say Dion Sanders for the master, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like on it, hit that sub button down below. Let me know what player you think your team should get. I'll see you guys next time.